everyone, my name is Connor Hayes and this is my proposition constructive speech. Let's begin. To start, I will provide a framework for the round. The opposition must prove that prisons are the best option to help both prisoners and society. If they do not, then alternatives for all different types of criminals should be prioritized over continuation of a broken system. Contention 1. The prison system is in fact broken. Subpoint A. Doesn't work. We lead the developed world in incarcerated citizens per capita, and that trend hasn't shown any sign of changing. Clearly, the prison system as it stands hasn't solved a single issue that the legal system faces. Mentally unstable patients who commit crimes are sent to the same institutions that mentally sane criminals go to. Drug-related crime accounts for more than half of all prisoner sentences, and drug addiction is categorized as a disease in the United States. The institutions we have focus more on retribution than rehabilitation, and it creates a cycle that first-time offenders have had no success breaking out of. Add on top of all of that the prisons are so over capacity that simply building more prisons doesn't provide a solution, and what you have is a great waste of taxpayer money that accomplishes nothing. Subpoint B. Prisons make society worse. In the past 2 decades, the money states spend on prisons has risen at 6 times the rate of spending on higher education. In 2011, California spent $9.6 billion on prisons versus $5.7 billion on higher education. Since 1980, California has built 1 college campus. It has built 21 prisons. The state spends $8,767 per student per year. It spends about $50,000 per inmate per year. Why is this happening? This is happening because the real problem isn't addressing the current system. We let people roll in and out of prisons who can't return to a functioning life in society and are extremely likely to return into the prison population, thus creating a cycle and just making itself worse. As a society, we have decided to prioritizing investing and punishing mistakes rather than investing in the youth of our nation. It's not just a moral obligation we have to abolish prisons, it is a fiscal obligation as well. Subpoint C. Reform doesn't solve these problems. The problem isn't sentencing, not that sentencing isn't racist. The problem isn't the amount of prisons or guards. The problem, in fact, is that once you commit a crime in the United States, you are thrown in a box with all the other criminals. The only difference between you and any other inmate is the length of your sentence. No matter that sentence, the inmates who spend time in the United States prison system are not prepared for life after their debt to society has been repaid. The fact of the matter is that prisons are becoming increasingly for-profit and have no real reason to solve the problem of crime. Prisons have become an investment in a portfolio, and not an investment in the citizens that have become a part of the criminal justice system. Contention 2. Abolition solves this problem through the use of alternative systems. Abolition of prisons combined with other programs creates a system that wants the inmates to stay out in society as better human beings and have a real incentive to reduce recidivism. Beyond that, abolition allows for a better diversity of criminal rehabilitation centers, because that is the goal of the system, to rehabilitate the inmates. The only way to fulfill that duty is to create an entirely new system when we approach those who have violated the law. That system would have to include drug rehab centers for illegal substance users, boot camps for young violent offenders, halfway houses, home arrests, sex addict treatments, a better use of current mental institutions, and an increased focus on community service to create a much greater positive impact on both society and the inmate. Today, we face a challenge, and that challenge isn't that what we're doing is working, but we don't have the resources. What's happening is the system that we have created is falling apart around us. Judge, I urge you to vote in a proposition ballot so that we can help fix this problem. Thank you.